Okay, we learned today work. Work is part of life. For you, study is like work. So, uh, we're going to talk about work and what does Bible says about work. Uh, by the time you are finished with this work lesson, you will know the importance of work alone or work together. You will also fulfill the mission in this world. 여러분, work is part of life. Maybe one third, one fourth of your life, you are spending time on working. 그렇죠? You are spending one third or one fourth 3분의 1이나 4분의 1을 you spend on working, time on working. Because working provides food, working provides house, so you need to work. But the Bible says working is most fulfilling obligation, responsibility. It's funny, 그쵸? It's a fulfilling, it's very satisfactory. 너무 좋아한다는 거죠. Working is very, very essence of your life. 여러분의 생활에 is the most important thing in your life. Without work, you are absent of the joy. 그렇죠? Without work, 일이 없다면은 you are absence. 결석한 거나 마찬가지예요. 기쁨에 결석을 했어요. So working is very, very important. Some people gets frustrated. Some people become very frustrated by working with other people. But that frustration is also a joyful moment. If you have done nothing and if you're not doing anything, you will not have any joy or frustration, stress. Then you become empty, nothing. Your life counts nothing. 그렇죠? So work is very good part in your life. I pray that you continue work in your life. And God speaks of stewardship. Stewardship, 청지기는 is all about working. It's all about money. It's all about how you manage your time. Some people become very prospective of work. They like working, inclined to work. Incline. 뭐를 좋아해요? I incline to work. I decline work 하면은 난 싫어해요 이 소리죠. So I hope your study, your work, hope you like. Your God is involved in your work. Your God is involved in your studying. Your God is involved how you spend time. So God is taking his part in your working, in your studying, in your spending time. Do you think most people recognize God's presence in work, at work, or of work? I don't think so. Most people do not realize work is where God is. God is where your work is. That's for sure. So when you work and you become very lazy, then you are not going to be rewarded. God is not going to be very happy if you become lazy at your work. You giving your work to someone else. You don't take full responsibility of your work. Then your work ethic is like etiquette. Ethic is like a moral. Some people will say he is very immoral. 그는 좋은 사람이 아니에요. He is very moral. 그는 아주 좋은 사람이에요. 이 소리예요. So moral has to do with the law. Moral has to do with the regulation. Moral has to do with the stewardship. Moral has a lot to do with the work. I hear most companies, they lose money because employees take paper, pen, computer, something that you can use at home. People takes it to their home. That's not a good work ethic. 그죠? Bible speaks about go to the ants. 개미들을 보고 learn how they work. Bible also says if you are a lazy person, you are going to be condemned. Bible speaks that if you are lazy and do not meet the expectation of God, you will be thrown in the darkness, gnashing your teeth and weeping and crying. gnashing은 이를 간다는 소리죠. weeping은 슬퍼하는 거예요. So all the money, all the time that you have spent in this world counts. Count, 기록된다는 거죠. God records everything that you do. God records your studying. God records if you are stealing. God records if you are lying. God records you working very diligently. Diligent은 열심히 일하는 거죠. Faithfully. With a good moral, God counts your good work. I'd rather see you that God counts good things, your work, your studying, your obedience and submission to your parents and teachers that you learn. Don't let God omit. 빼먹지 않게 하세요. 가시 하나님께서 여러분들을 빼지 않게 하세요. Of good working. In order to do that, you have to be constantly working very hard, faithfully. Okay? In order to do that, in order to work hard, do you get sufficient rest? rest는 쉬세요. Yeah, you need to rest in order to produce good work tomorrow. Yeah, 여러분들이 내일 일을 잘하기 위해서는 you need to get some rest. If you want to be a good student, you need to rest at night. Go to bed early, get up early. Go to bed late, get up late. That's laziness. So, sufficient means enough. Deficient means not enough. Most people have deficiency of sleep. Most people have deficiency of calcium. Deficiency는 부족하다는 거죠. What are your deficiencies? You have deficient vitamins. You have deficient sleep. 1 Peter 2nd chapter verse 18 speaks slaves. 그러니까 일하는 사람들이요. In reverent fear of God, 하나님을 두려움으로 submit yourself to your masters. Submit your life to your masters. 고용주에게 순종하려는 거죠. 여러분들이 if you submit to your employer, you are submitting to God. Once again, I want to tell you, if you are submitting to your employer, 당신들의 고용주에게 여러분들이 순종한다면 that is like submitting to God. Because God has placed that employer above you. Okay? So it doesn't matter how much money that you make or they pay you, it does not matter. As long as you're working and you are under someone's payroll. payroll은 여러분들이 돈을 받는 상태, 월급을 받는다면은 in the payroll. 그렇죠? You need to work hard. For the company, for restaurant, for a convenience store like 7-Eleven, you got to work hard. Okay? Because God watches you. Your employer may not watch you, but God certainly watches you. Day and night, He watches you. Okay, so you got to have good work ethics. Okay? 그 다음에 do you recognize God in the presence of your studying? 여러분들이 공부할 때 do you feel God's presence? 하나님이 옆에 계신다는 것을 인식하세요? Do you recognize when you are working, God is next to you and watching you? Let's say somebody is trying to rob the store. If the owner is awake and he has a gun, I don't think that robber is going to steal that store. Just like God is next to you and watching you, that no robber will come to your store or your presence. 여러분들이 있는 장소, your presence, that something bad most likely will not happen. 나쁜 일들이 생겨나지 않을 거예요. 왜냐하면은 God is next to you. God will watch you. God will take care of you because you're working for, with the eyes, you are working for employer, but inside you are working for God. Therefore, God is responsible that you will not fail if you recognize God's presence is next to you. So, do you like to make a lot of money? Or do you like to make just enough money not to become too rich or not to become so poor? Average, normal is good. Abnormal, normal에서 벗어난 것은 it is not good. 평범한 삶이 좋아요. Bible speaks about, Lord, don't let me become too poor that I may deny you. Don't make me too rich that I don't revere you, respect you, submit to you. So, what does Bible says? Bible says most likely if you have a lot of money, you will not submit to God. So what good is it? What good is it you gain the whole world and lose your soul? 여러분들이 모든 세상의 것을 다 갖고도 여러분들의 영혼이 지옥에 떨어진다면 what good is it? 그게 우리들한테 어떻게 도움이 될까요? Nothing. Nothing. So work counts. 1/3 or 1/4 of your time is spending on working. For you is studying. Therefore, you need to do your best in studying. I hope this lesson will help you, your work ethics, studying ethics, time managing ethics, relationship ethics, or respecting ethics, all areas that it will teach you. Okay, God bless you, and I will put this on YouTube so you can watch it. Also, for my students, your obligation, your homework is to watch this at least once. Thank you.